Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Life of Wonders. Welcome back to my channel. As you know, my name is Polo and I love making videos of dolls, toys and Disney collectibles. And as I always say, if you like this kind of content and you'd like to support the channel, I always invite you all to subscribe to it. And that way you will not be missing out on any of my future videos. I just have so much to share and I think you will like it. So if I were you, I would definitely stay tuned. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing in detail this precious jewel from the year 2000, released by Mattel when Mattel productions for Disney dolls was still at its peak, in my opinion. And this is the Enchanted Princess Walt Disney Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And this is very special because Mattel had released before the signature one, the wedding one, and then this was a celebration of her once again, but this time they gave her this more of okay, and yeah, they also released the holiday one, but this, I mean, this is not a holiday, but it's definitely a wintry themed one. As you know, it's having long sleeves. It's very accurate. It's very accurate to the period time, which is something really nice, and it's a very intricate and beautiful design, conserving all the things that we find all around the concept of Snow White, but making it luxurious and super intricate and cool. And this sculpt, it's just marvelous. I think it's my preferred, like my favorite Snow White sculpt, the one that Mattel was using back in the day. So this is the box. It's a really nice expository box. We have the castle, just very similar, but I mean it's more in the background, like farther away, but very similar to the background that we can find for the Ultimate Princess Celebration line. And here she is. She looks so cool. And then the whole thing has an expository sort of like, it's very similar to the Disney store, you know. It has like this curvature here. I think that right now is the other way around, but there was a time in which it was like this for Disney store ones as well. So this is a very special, this is a collector's edition Snow White. And again, I absolutely adore it. I've never taken her out of the box, but I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to share all the details. We have this floral pattern and leaves printed on it. It specifies that it's for collectors 14 and up, which is crazy because nowadays all these very incredibly crazy expensive limited edition dolls by Disney Store are meant, or not really meant. I don't think that children or parents buy those very expensive ones for their children, but the recommendation of age is 6 and up most of the times. But back in the day it was 14 and up, so it was truly aimed for an, you know, older and more mature audience. So anyway, this is how we can appreciate her in the box. And then if I turn it around, we find this beautiful picture of her. It's a promotional picture, but then with the background of the castle and everything. I adore this, really. It's just so cool. I miss when Mattel and the industry of doll producing were doing things like this, because nowadays we only get like one sentence, even for Rainbow High or whatever. It's just one sentence. Let's work this Rainbow High, let your true colors shine, or something like that. But here they gave us all this incredible text to fall in love even more with the doll that I'm going to be reading out loud. It's super cheesy, but it's super cute at the same time. So in celebration of wishes that really do come true, Mattel's designers and artists bring you this Enchanted Princess Snow White collector doll based on Walt Disney's first animated feature film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Inspired by Snow White's timeless beauty and the luxuries of royalty, the Enchanted Princess captures the romance and opulence of that special time and place. Snow White has been taken to a new height of fantasy in a gown of royal blue velvet, rich red charmeuse, and flowing yellow satin and brocade, all topped by a large black cape, dressed like an enchanted princess. Her dreams of true love with her handsome prince have come true. Enchanted Princess Snow White is sure to be a beautiful addition to your collection and includes a certificate of authenticity and doll stand. So yeah, I really can't wait to get her out and once again share all her glorious details. So I'll be back in no time. Wow, so here we have this absolutely breathtaking Snow White doll out of the box, and she's just a perfect example of how really well crafted and manufactured these dolls and collectibles were back in the day, produced by Mattel in the 90s, which is a bit ironic because right now they have the license over to keep producing Disney dolls, and so far I don't see that they are keeping up to even half of these standards, which is a pity because right at this time in history there are so many more, in my opinion, Disney collectors out there. So I don't know, I'm just giving an idea to Mattel, I guess, but right now there are so many adult collectors being hooked by the Disney Store releases. So I think it would be like a perfect time to create some rival sort of like series that could compete with the ones that we're getting from Disney Store in a way. And I have the feeling that they will sell out. If they really wanted, they could do that probably as a signature release. So I understand that maybe they want to release super basic playline dolls for kids, but then again, they would have, in terms of marketing, they will have a lot of collectors after their dolls if they wanted to produce once again this level of collectibles and dolls. And yeah, these are just awesome, and taking into account that it's been over 2 decades, it's just so crazy. So anyway, let's focus on the details of this doll. First of all, the sculpt is basically the same that we've seen throughout the 90s for Snow White, but for every single one, the screening changed ever so slightly. So for this one, it looks like a very hopeful, sort of like sweet and dreamy expression, as you know, compared to the signature one that was more like, I mean, it was very hopeful as well, but different. Maybe I will make a review of all the 90s Snow White dolls all together, so you will see what I'm talking about. This one is just looking to the side and upwards, and it has a beautiful face sculpt and screening with red lips, minimal makeup, but just about enough to complete her layout. And then the hair, I mean, it's very close to how we picture her in her animation, and then the hair is obviously styled in that very same manner. And then we find the little ribbon that is made out of fabric, and then this dress, it really is just like a winter alteration of the iconic one that we all associate Snow White with, but I believe that they really went to produce something that was a little bit more period accurate than the one that we get in the movie, in a way, and it's a winter take to it, but basically we have the same colors and the same feeling to it, and it's really exquisite all around. So starting with the lacy color that is just so cute, with the flowers, so very delicate. Recently I made a review of the one that's the Holiday Princess, and that one had a color that it was supposed to resemble a snowflake. This one is a bit more round and has flowers on it, and then there is this very subtle layer of organza that is just like, you know, making sure that she's not cold, I guess, and probably you wouldn't notice from afar, but it's actually that. And then the whole outfit is just one piece. Obviously there's a petticoat underneath, but it's one piece that has snaps on the back. And we also find this super cute cape that has a like very dark, almost black, navy blue tone to it, and then the inside, it's a velvety material. The inside is very vivid red. And then for the top part that is connected to this beautiful skirt, we find a velvety bodice in royal blue color with the puffy sleeves that this time are long sleeves, and then they have double the feature in a way with little lace as well, and then golden accents to it. It's just so very well made. So the center is more of a velvety material, and then the sleeves themselves are like satin in fabric texture. And then we also find these little accents going across the front, and a metal little applique as well, that just pops and makes it all look very intricate. And then the skirt that you would think maybe from afar, or if you don't have it all with you, that this would be like a satin material. In reality, it has a velvety touch to it, not quite as you know, as thick as this one over here, but it's velvety. So it's very like wintry. It's really nicely thought and put together. And then in the middle we have this central panel that in my opinion kind of like simulates some sort of like quilting texture to it, with the geometrical pattern and the little dots in gold. And then there is this cord that is wrapped around the waist, and is actually secured in place with a little bit of thread there. And you would imagine that it's just a very simple piece, but in reality you can see that it's like it's quite, you know, intricate, having two different shades to it as well. And the skirt itself, it's a little bit sturdy because obviously it's this velvety material that is not as flowy as just satin, but I think it's perfect for a winter take to it. And I'm going to show you, she came with this stand, and this time around, instead of palms, the classic ones that we got for the first signature one, let's see if we can see them. They created these ones with little ribbons already on them, and then you can see the petticoat. And now I'm going to try to show you how she looks from other angles. So basically, okay, so the hair goes all the way around like that, really nicely styled, and the skirt, it's pretty wide. As you can see, this is how it drapes on the back, and this is the cape, which again is really nice. There's a little red fluff over there, but it's a really nice contrast of the colors. And yeah, and that is how she looks from behind. And then from this side angle, she's having these like early stands that can be a bit tricky, but I think are best to display these dresses, especially when they are super wide. Okay, is it focusing well? Anyway, this doll is a miracle on its own. I think it's a really nice take on Snow White to celebrate her, and I absolutely adore it. And I wish and I hope that somehow Mattel think about it, or think about how great as a reference they've been for these collectibles over 2 decades ago, and maybe they will provide us with really incredible collectibles once again. But for now, we have this to cherish. So I hope you've enjoyed this review, and if you have, well, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, I will be more than happy to get back to all of you. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.